Here's what luxury feels like on you.
I have had enough.
Don't move. I want to see exactly how pathetic you look, drenched in luxury. Julian Sterling Jr. sneered, his prep school blazer rumpled like a badge of untouchable arrogance. With a cruel flick, the 14-year-old tipped his crystal goblet. Deep red wine crashed onto Elena Vance, soaking her peach silk gown, a color chosen to honor her heritage, while the elite, pale faces of the Sterling Gala gasped. Beatrice Sterling laughed instead of scolding him, phone raised to capture the humiliation. "Perfect, Julian. She finally fits the aesthetic," she crowed. Arthur Sterling approached, eyes cold and calculating. "Try not to stain the carpet," he hissed. "These galas weren't built for people like you." They didn't realize they just assaulted the one woman capable of collapsing their empire. Elena stood frozen, wine dripping onto her neck and into her carefully styled hair. She had built Lumina Dynamics into a powerhouse from nothing, but here she was treated like an intruder. Have you ever been made to feel you didn't belong because of your skin? What would you do if you were the only one in the room fighting back? Before we see her move, comment below where you're watching from and hit that like and subscribe button. You won't want to miss how she turns the tables. The ballroom fell into suffocating silence, broken only by the drip of wine on marble. Elena's face was a mask of surgical calm, forged by decades of being the only black woman in hostile boardrooms. Julian taunted, "Cat got your tongue, or is it too thick to speak?" Elena didn't flinch. She calmly took a napkin from a trembling waiter and dabbed the wine from her cheek. No screams, no tears. She locked eyes with Arthur and ascended the stage intended for her keynote address. Spotlights magnified the crimson stains against her skin, but she didn't waver. "Tonight," she said, voice steady and ice-edged, "Julian has clarified my decision. Effective immediately, Lumina Dynamics is terminating all negotiations for the $650 million Sterling Power Group partnership. We choose partners based on integrity, a trait clearly absent from this family. What would you do if a single act of racism cost you $500 million? Have you ever seen a dynasty crumble in seconds?" Arthur's smugness drained to gray as chaos erupted. Elena fixed her gaze on Julian, who finally looked like the scared boy he was. "Choices," she whispered, "have consequences. If you love seeing karma served cold, hit that like button and subscribe to Toss Stories. The secret evidence is coming next." As Arthur scrambled to spin the night as a meltdown, Elena retreated to her penthouse. That's when an encrypted message arrived from Abigail Thorne, the Sterling's longtime invisible housekeeper. For 27 years, Abigail had quietly observed every racial slur, forged document, and hidden harassment claim. At Café Laurent the next morning, Abigail slid a heavy leather satchel across the table, hands weathered by decades of service. Inside were 30 years of journals, time-stamped recordings, and financial folders, a silent witness's goldmine. "They never thought the help was listening," Abigail whispered. "We were furniture to them." The files revealed that the Sterlings had siphoned funds to cover Arthur's gambling debts. The Lumina deal was their only hope to hide the embezzlement from federal auditors. What would you do if you had the power to destroy a corrupt dynasty? Would you risk everything like Abigail? News alerts flashed. Arthur filed a defamation suit, weaponizing every angry black woman stereotype to paint Elena as the villain before she could speak. Like this video if you're rooting for the truth. The counterattack was brutal. Arthur used his media clout to leak doctored security footage showing a figure meant to be Elena supposedly threatening Julian. "He's just a child," Beatrice sobbed on national television, her tears perfectly measured to sway public opinion. The strategy worked. Elena's accounts were frozen, clients paused contracts, and even her board convened to strip her of CEO power. Protesters gathered outside her home, clutching signs fueled by Sterling lies. Elena retreated to her panic room, watching the slow dismantling of her life's work on flickering screens. Have you ever been blamed for a crime you didn't commit while the world turned against you? How do you find the strength to fight back? Then she noticed it. In the grainy footage, a reflection in a brass door handle revealed an empty hallway at the exact moment of the alleged attack. The Sterlings had been so blinded by arrogance they forgot technology Elena had mastered. They were sloppy. Subscribe now for the final showdown. Drop a Team Elena in the comments if you think she's about to win. Elena didn't just enter her press conference, she marched into history. Clad in a crisp white suit, she faced a sea of cameras, projecting the sterling evidence onto a massive screen. "Look at the brass handle," she commanded. Digital forensics proved the footage was a forgery. Then she introduced Abigail Thorne. For the next hour, the invisible woman exposed the rot. Recordings of Arthur ordering document destruction, memos detailing $12 million in wage theft, and proof that the Sterling Power Group was hollow from decades of embezzlement. "They thought a black woman's voice could be drowned out by their laughter," Elena declared. Federal agents breached Arthur's office as the dynasty crumbled in real time. Arthur attempted to flee but was tackled on the plaza he thought he owned, his blood staining the concrete, a permanent mark of his fallen hubris. If you could change a corrupt system, would you risk everything? Was justice finally served? Today, the Abigail Thorne Justice Institute stands where a Sterling Bank once did, ensuring no worker is ever silenced. Lumina Dynamics stock soars, proving that integrity is priceless. From the other side of silence, Toss Stories, where real voices rise and truth finds its echo. Like, subscribe, and share, because your voice is your power.